played in tournament before, but STTP Wilson in years past has been a major contender. Tons of tournament trophies, even more medals to his name. But, you know, this year hasn't been as great for him as those past, so that's why he's playing in this last chance qualifier here. But I'm curious to see how the experience versus the new players kind of stacks up.
Yeah, right. Like, I always love kind of the threat of the new versus the old guard, right? And granted, like, I'm not going to say that Jade is brand new. Jade's been around for a little while, but definitely not as long as Wilson.
Woo.
And maybe
not as long as Wilson. Wilson was only around for like 30 seconds there.
Yeah. he had a dream, you know? But my boy Jade's living it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, we were talking last set about, like, Taros on Small Brawlhaven. Taros on Small Brawlhaven.
Taros on Small Brawlhaven. I know Zip is having the time of his life watching all these Taros players back to back.
Oh, but beautiful snipe before too much extra credit. Wilson fixing his face real quick.
But you know what? It's okay. You know, sometimes you get wrinkles. It's cool. You just got to use some moisturizer, some beauty product, and you're right back in it. I look just as young as I ever did.
That's right. I think old man Wilson, you know, he lives into it. He revels in the wrinkles.
Yeah.
He's like, those are the scars of experience.
Ooh, turn around, not gonna hit. Oh man, that recovery is gonna make it a little awkward to come back to the stage. They're just swinging all those circular hitboxes, but not quite finding the hits.
Stomp, Sair, edge guard opportunity. Ooh, Jade trying to bait him into coming around the corner. And the dash jump serve was, what the turnaround? The quick scoops.
That's hammer. Yeah, you know, it's always like, why are you down airing there? And it's like, because I'm playing Hammer and I can. You know, like,
that's
it comes out quick enough.
All of Hammer's attacks are so much slower, except for that down air. It is very, very quick, but the range is low. But man, the reward on the turnaround is ridiculous.
Especially, like, certain weapons really have to, like, steer themselves into you to make sure that their hitbox connects, and it becomes such an attractive option for scenarios just like that. And Jade getting the three-piece there with the gravity cancel D-Light, and Wilson, you know, looking for an opportunity in the neutral here to get a hit. Granted, Jade has had, I'd say, a good control of center stage, but I think Wilson just kind of snatched it here. They're going back and forth a little bit. This is anyone's game.
Yeah, I mean, the hits go in the way of Wilson so far. He's able to catch those anti-airs. Jade goes for the big gravity cancel play, but gets caught out.
Oh, man, that was scary movement from Wilson there. He did immediate jump into fastball to try to bait something out. Jade didn't bite, but that's probably where I would have lost the game right there. Like, the scary movement can be so much more useful of a tool than whatever moves your legend has.
Uh-oh, just the tip of the spear catching Jade, making him think, you know, a little bit of second thoughts about how to come around that corner.
Oh, that might be enough. What? Ooh, just a little bit, not enough damage there. Jade really wanted that one to KO. Was behind by quite a bit, is still behind. And Light's getting to the point where it might KO if he gets hit by another one, especially in the corner here. Gonna burn the dodge into the stage. Nothing from Wilson. Goes for the weapon throw, keeps it simple. And sometimes that's all you need.
Oh, yeah. Wilson caught him scheming. Jade wanted that recovery. Almost clipped his toes. But Wilson just a step ahead.
I love that first KO was my favorite because he was able to dip low and then just immediately react to the recovery from Jade to get that Sair.
Yeah, a lot of those falling spear side airs. So tried and true for Wilson.
And there's always like a bit of a surprise that comes when you get KO'd by a weapon throw like that, because a lot of the times you're like, okay, the longer the weapon throw's out, the further I'm going to get sent. And it's like, oh, that weapon throw wasn't like out for that long, but then you forget how much damage you have, and it's like, bro, it doesn't matter. You know?
Yeah, look at that. Look at the size of that blue grab right there. It's so much damage done.
We're really cutting them up. We got a lot more space this time around.
Yeah, Mammoth Fortress, that platform in there, and Jade just chasing him onto it. Gets a big signature for a ton of damage.
I love that because you get, like, not only the good damage, but you get to cover a good amount. Hold on.
Yo, Jade!
A clip? He just, wow.
That's a clip and a half. That was actually ridiculous. And that was all off the back of Jade noticing that Wilson liked to try and go for, like, expecting you to jump. He's going to dash in with a spear down light. And Jade, with a falling neutral air, was able to turn it into all of that.
And it was, like, not even the flashiest thing, right? Like, it was like 4 hits, you know? But it was an efficient 4 hits, and that's all that matters.
Uh-oh, efficient pogo, though, on deck, into the ground pound. That's tied up. Wilson never letting Jade get too far away.
We'll see if that continues here. Jade gets back on the stage, man. Just go ahead and pick up this hammer. Trying to stomp his way out. Gets beat out by the side light there. That means Wilson threw it out way into the future because that move is not fast. You know, like, it's a great punish tool, but it doesn't come out the quickest.
Ooh, stomp into side light. Jade so proficient because, you know, there is a changeover where now they get knocked too high by the stomp and the side light whiffs, or, you know, they're not knocked high enough. So that way the side air doesn't work. That was like right at the in-between point, and Jade making that decision right at the end.
And I wonder if we're going to start seeing some down sigs come out from the spear on Wilson, because we've seen Jade has liked to keep it on the ground. And the Bryn down sig, the fact that it hits behind just makes playing against Bryn specifically like you're playing against a different weapon, because she has coverage in an area that the spear normally can't.
Yeah, the light kits, you know, just try to keep them at pulse length. Whoa! Caught the jump. Just the perfect top of that hitbox. That's where it's going to knock out the soonest.
That's what I'm wondering. Gonna go ahead and pick up this axe now. One good hit away. Sayer clean to the dome. Not enough though, just too far from side to side. Exhausted recovery, not gonna hit. The unarmed recovery doesn't KO either. Man, okay, Jade finally goes down. Was hanging on, but didn't quite get a chance to regain their footing.
Yeah, those falling spear side airs from Wilson, that's where the bulk of his knockouts come from.
That light, keep him in the corner. Wow, that hit. That caught me unaware.
Oh, man. You know, Wilson definitely usually plays more of a grounded game than most, so he really loves anti-air attacks. The axe down light here, the spear down light, even, you know, neutral signatures, he'll use them all just to keep you from landing.
Oh, man, that down air didn't pick up, but Jade, you know, you're a stomp away now. You're going to look for it. Wilson, though, has a spear here, and Bryn Sig's KO extremely early, but is not going to be something that's offered on this menu, as Jade is able to go ahead and find the Stomp Sayer to close out the game. But you can actually see Wilson did more damage.
I love that clip. The stomp into the dash forward, falling recovery, because the stomp caught like just the top of Wilson's head, and he knew it wasn't going to pop up. He couldn't do the usual follow-ups, jump side air. He would go too high, so he had to get underneath. Just great adaptation for the situation.
Let's see. We just move to the side. Okay, and we got Wilson on Queen
the classic
9, Never Die.
Queen 9, Never Die. The defense to counteract the force of the Taros and the map change as well. No more small Brawlhaven. Here we've got a couple more platforms that anti-airs will still reach and be a threat on, but knockouts are going to happen significantly not as early as small Brawlhaven.
Yeah. Granted, Nye hits like a truck.
Oh, yeah.
And there we
Look
go,
at that
yeah.
damage.
That D-Light into the N-Sig is still true, and I don't know if Jade knows the strat, because the counterplay to getting hit to that combo is very specific.
Yep.
But if you don't know it, you don't know it, because one of those things where your dodge startup starts moving your character a little bit, so you're able to, like, I forget if it's straight up. It might be straight up or like up.
Straight up. You got to dodge straight up. You're right. Those first 2 frames before the invulnerability kicks in, but you have that movement from the dodge. That will actually get you, and like you'll outpace and race the hitboxes away. So it's straight up dodge is the only way to get away from that. It's a forced 50-50, but forced off the side, Jade keeping the stocks even 2-2.
Just like that, Wilson going ahead with a baby lead here, but you know, people always see Queen 9 and like, this Legend's terrible, and I'm like, she's slow. I don't know about terrible, though. You know, she got to play the game a little bit different than other Qatar Legends at low decks. Def doesn't help with some of the strings. But alternatively, you get these signatures with some great coverage, and they hit like a truck.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you know what? This is actually a pretty decent matchup just because you don't need that much speed against a Taros. He's not that speedy of a Legend. If you're playing primarily grounded like Wilson, oh, beautiful. The connection, neutral light recovery catches the other recovery. Looking for the knockout.
See, throws the side sig, or not the side sig, throws the spear to the side.
Oh my gosh! The call out, such a hard call out. He did that so early. There was
No
time
setup.
for Jade to dodge all the way through the rise, but the delayed wing spread catches him.
Oh man, and that's a statement, you know. Like if you're Jade and you get hit by that, you're like, dang, I'm kind of shaking up now.
You're feeling some sort of way for sure. That's got to stick in your mind.
And that's the funny thing about Nye, right? Like we see Wilson goes for end light, and then like 9 out of 10 times just does nothing because like what is Queen Nye really gonna do? You kind of gotta wait and react a little bit, and then you see right there he tries to chase and follow the landing. Sometimes he goes for the immediate recovery just for the 50-50 in case you don't dodge because you don't assume anything's coming because Nye doesn't have anything guaranteed. But you know Jade, he's hanging on, but not for much longer. Keeps going like this.
Great dip from Wilson to avoid the axe down air there. Oh,
Nice.
but the recovery off the top catching him. Jade's got a chance, but it's slim.
This is Nye, right? You knock her off the side of the stage, and you can very, very efficiently get a KO if you're able to just kind of guess the jumps. She's not going to be moving very fast, but right now, Jade just can't even get the hit. Jumps up, no recovery from Wilson.
Wilson looking for the dodge. Jade spends it there. On this next one, I think Wilson's going to hit if he hits.
Wilson,
Oh, wait
Wilson,
a minute.
Wilson.
Careful, careful.
I was like, please. Okay. Was able to just get the falling Sair and close out the game. And just like that, Wilson's going to pull ahead in the set. And that, like, there's always mental damage that's going to be associated with getting counterpicked by Queen Nye and losing. Oh, here it is. Look at this N-Sig.
Oh,
Like,
my,
bro.
oh my gosh. You just don't want to be anywhere near that.
And I think that the sad part is that I think if Jade actually didn't dodge, he might have just gotten out of the way in time. I think the dash jump acceleration might have just kept him going to the side.
Jeez. Oh, okay. So now we've got Queen Nye Never Die, who hits just as hard as Teros does. They've both got 7 strength going into this match. And we're going to small Brawlhaven.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess nobody's trying to stay alive here.
Oh, is right.
These KOs gonna come quick already out the gate. You can see.
Oh.
Oh man, we've seen Jay get that conversion. Oh, off the easy.
Stylish.
Looking like Dante Super and Ultimate Marvel's Capcom 3, bro. You
I
got
know, kitchen sink and everything.
Oh, wow, and Jay is swinging. Like Wilson's not getting hit, but he's feeling the pressure.
Oh, interrupts the attack, dodge away from the next, doesn't get the recovery, but gets the downlight into recovery.
Oh, and I like that. Was able to drift away with that nair to get the hit. That's going to be a
Big
big
read.
punish. Yep. No dodge because he went for that gravity cancel, so the down air Sair was true.
Oh, the
Back hit.
back end sends him wide.
Nice.
And the breakdown. Man, Jade is so good at that, sliding those over the corner.
Nice awareness from Jade as well because he saw that Wilson, all Wilson had was a dodge left. It was just a matter of just like waiting it out and then just punishing accordingly. And there we go, the D-Light into the N-Sig again. I don't think
Gorgeous.
Jade knows the counterplay.
Yeah, that's gonna spell disaster. Just because if you can't dodge away. Oh my gosh, signatures hitting
That's it,
big.
right?
The ground pound.
That's it.
I don't even know if that was necessary there. I don't think Wilson touched the corner, but dang if that wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Hey, if it looks good, I'm all about it. Just efficient KO, right? We were just saying, like, Jay doesn't know the counterplay to this one specific string/combo, depending on what it's going on. But does it matter if you just catching the dub anyway? Now, if you're Wilson, you're smart, right? Go for that D-Light N-Sig every single time if he doesn't know. That's just called being a smart player and taking advantage.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Slow down, guys. Okay.
That was really scary. I mean, those tarot signatures, you see him coming out the side signature. Wow! Beats out the recovery with the weapon toss. That's Jade bringing us to a game 5 in lightning fashion.
Yeah, if I'm Wilson, bro, don't go back to Brawlhaven. You kind
Don't do
of
it.
got clapped there. Are you gonna stay? Nah, I didn't get to
Ban
see.
it.
who
Ban it
locked
as
in.
your first. Oh, he left it open. He left it open.
That
I'm looking
does?
at the stage bans right now. They chose
is.
it. We're going back to small Brawlhaven. Game number 5.
Wow, I can't believe that guitar recovery didn't touch. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, but like, I'm still
Oh yeah, that was
surprised.
pixels.
Oh man, so we have Dusk coming out here, right? This means Wilson
Oh.
still wants that spear, but we do have the orb. And I remember Sandstorm treated like, this was a decent chunk of time ago, that like Dusk was one of the best legends in the game, if not the best. Got the best SIGs, at least, I think he may have said. And Dusk kind of do be hitting extremely hard. I think it's kind of sleeper for everyone, right?
Yeah. Oh, man,
got
but
some
right
buffs.
now, Wilson's orb is looking so clean. He hasn't broken it out yet. With the anti-air signature to boot, unstoppable.
And Dusk is one of those legends where it's like, you're always kind of annoyed when you see him, because I think everyone knows deep down that he's like extremely good, but he's just not extremely popular. And so then when somebody whips him out, you're like, oh man, this is the matchup I didn't want to play today. And that's what Jade is dealing with right now. He's like, oh man, Dusk, these SIGs are so weird.
Yeah, they aren't your usual areas that you're expecting. So you can get a little bit of whiplash when somebody brings out a Dusk in Game 5.
Reacts a little bit slow with the recovery.
Falling
But no,
side
yeah,
air.
that's
Wilson.
Exactly right. It's like Caspian. He's one of those legends that like, got a buff here, got a buff there. No one was still playing him though, and then you like go up against one, you're like, why is no one playing this character? You know, it's like, this guy's amazing.
Oh, he's beefy. He's been in the hyperbolic time chamber.
Whoa. Can't believe that orb down here beat out the N-Sig from Taros. And Jade is crumbling,
but not
there
the
we go,
second
another
one.
N-Sig. Just throw them out, you know? Like, keep them on their toes about when that's going to come out. That's the best way to use that SIG. You don't care
Keep
if
them
it
on
hits
their
lots of the time.
toes and keep the hammer on their toes. Just
Yeah.
grab them by the
Like,
ankle,
ow.
rip them down.
It's like you're playing Dead by Daylight, you know? It's like,
Whoa.
this hurts.
Wilson coming
Side.
down with the spear toss.
Jade's so close on that side light. That's the one thing about that Axe neutral light is that it's good, it's quick, but you don't really have a lot of great follow-ups off of it. You just kind of get a push to the corner, and then you have to kind of play neutral again.
Yeah, you see Wilson taking to the skies a lot, trying to approach with a downward spear toss, because he doesn't want to get caught in any of these big Taros signatures that have been doing so much work for Jade.
Oh. Now Jade needs to be careful here. Wilson can go for a side
Oh
light.
my
if he
gosh!
wants to. Can go for side light N-Sig. I think that's like 1 or 2 dodge frames. It could be pretty cheeky conversion to go for. These guys are going back and forth here. Who's going to actually get the corner guard? It's going to be Jade with that hammer recovery going off stage, baiting that he was going to go for like an early Sayer or something, and then actually just waiting and getting the recovery.
Yeah, grip it and rip it with the recovery. Unfortunately, there was no parachute for Wilson to do the same with.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, I guess this is it. But it doesn't matter. The falling Sayer is going to be enough. We're coming down to the final moments. Another game 5 here in the top 8 of the last chance qualifier. And it could go either way, but Jade is getting lots of good damage right now. Does Wilson have a response?
You know, he's looking for it. Grounded approach. Oh, there was the spot dodge. Wilson, you know he's going to remember that. He's big on conditioning opponents, so he's going to be looking for the maximum reward next time that situation comes around.
Okay. And just like that, it was like a blink of an eye. It wasn't flashy. It was just all through raw neutral that Wilson was able to bring the damage back. Now, Jade finally getting a hit here. You know, a couple stomp Sayers away from winning this game. Wilson, on the
Down
other
throw,
hand,
falling there, just that chip damage. Unfortunately, is it too little,
Nice
too
dodge.
late? So dangerous. Up off the top, Jade taking it 3-2 over Wilson. So that's going to be it for Wilson's tournament run. But Jade moving on. He's going to be fighting against Meow XD in the losers quarterfinal.
and, you know, you got to give shout-outs to Wilson there for, one, being a competitor of the game this long and still making people work
Still
for
being
it,
a
right?
threat.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that was not an easy set by any definition of the word, but you have to give props to Jade for being able to take out, you know, I don't want to say a fallen Titan, but well, I guess he's a fallen Titan now because he's knocked out the bracket, so see ya. But you know, on the other side,